Today on DLT Field Testing, we're going to take a look at the Demko Knives FreeReign in 3V, a fixed blade to handle the toughest of tasks. Since Demko Knives came out, they have been known for coming out with some exceptional folders, as well as a few other fixed blades. That's where the FreeReign comes in. Introduced at SHOT Show 2022, the FreeReign is a one-blade, any-task knife design. Now, Andrew Demko isn't new to the knife world. In fact, he's been designing and crafting some of the most innovative knives since 1988. So the FreeReign was initially released in MagnaCut AUS 10 in D2. Now, this new 3V version will give you a really good balance of not only field toughness, but also some good corrosion resistance as well. Meaning that this is going to be a well-balanced utility blade depending on what you're using it for. One of the interesting things with the FreeReign is this injection molded rubber handle. Now, automatically when you think rubber, you think soft. And this, while it does have some give, it has a really good kind of tacky feeling when this is in your hand. I'm not afraid to lose my grip on this as I'm using it. When it's dry, it gives that almost a sticky feeling. Now, when this gets wet, it'll become a little bit more tacky, so you won't have to worry about losing your grip on the FreeReign when you're using it. Now, this design isn't anything revolutionary. This is a design that is been around for probably decades at this point. But the design intent when Andrew Demko came out with this was that blade, that knife, that is kind of the cross between an outdoor blade and a military tactical blade. Kind of that concept of one fixed blade to accomplish any task regardless of the scenario. Now, one of the coolest parts of the FreeReign, in my personal opinion, is this sheath. Now, most of the time, the sheath is kind of just an afterthought when it comes to a knife, but Demko Knives really put some thought into this sheath. Now, you can see the blue frame here, the outline, that is glass-filled nylon. So that's going to give it structure, that rigidity to have the strength to withstand whatever conditions we put it through. Then this gray middle section, these gray panels, is just a straight nylon. What that's going to mean for you when you're using this blade, anytime you take this blade out of the sheath, it is not going to dull the knife. Unfortunately, taking out a leather, taking out a kydex, any other materials, over time will reduce the sharpness of your blade from that repetitive in and out movement. So the overall length of the FreeReign is about 10 inches. 5 inches of that is going to be the blade itself, meaning we're going to have a lot of versatility thanks to that length. Also with this grind, this is a high flat grind. What that's going to mean for us is whether we're food prepping, doing bushcraft and survival skills, or we're just using this every day around the shop, at work, at home, cutting up boxes, just opening things, we're going to have a lot of versatility thanks to the geometry of this blade. So with some of the background and specs out of the way, let's get down to the tests. I just have a pretty seasoned piece of cedar here. Let's see how splitting this goes with the FreeReign. So it split that fairly well, and this does have a knot and some twisting to it, so that did aid in that. Let's see if I can split this a little bit more. So right through those knots, no problem. Now with a bunch of the cedar split up, let's see how the edge does with some feather sticks. That'll burn in my book. Now, we've seen the FreeReign can handle batoning, feather sticks, all those bushcrafty skills. But I've been out here for a few hours now shooting this video, Getting a little hungry, so I think it's time for some lunch.
No, God!
Now that I'm cutting everything up, you know what I forgot? I forgot a tomato. Not too heartbroken. I'm not a big fan of tomatoes, but we got the bacon, and that's all that matters. So now that we ran the FreeRiegn through some tests, made a little bit of grub, what are my final thoughts? For me, it checks all the boxes I personally look for. I like flat grinds. I like this profile of blade. So for me, right off the bat, I was really interested in this. But the thing that really piqued my interest the most was the sheath. Now, one thing we didn't mention earlier is you are able to disassemble the sheath. It has 6 Phillips head screws in it. You just take those out. You can take the frame apart and the middle panels and clean it out. That plus the fact that this sheath won't dull your knife over time were things I never even thought of before I started writing this video. So who do I think the FreeRiegn is for? In all honesty, just about anyone. Whether you're a kayaker or a weekend camper or you're working in tactical environments, I think this blade can find a place in your setup. This high-vis blue is really, really great for outdoor settings if you're just camping, because if you drop it, you're not going to lose it, but you can also get it in black and an OD green. So a lot of versatility in colors and tasks that this can accomplish. So honestly, I think just about anyone can use this. It just comes down to if you like this profile of blade as well as that flat grind. So what knife should we field test next? Let us know in the comment section down below. Your suggestion might just get picked. Also do us a favor, hit share and subscribe. We love growing the DLT family and seeing what you're all carrying on a daily basis. And for all of your knife needs, check us out at dlttrading.com.